Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And today is our technology unit for the month of June. As we almost reach the summer solstice here, so it should be the longest day of the year, give or take a few days around today. But in any case, it's a good time for us to spend some time in the sunlight and talk about technology. Technology, of course, is usually experienced indoors.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be outside in the hot weather, a good place to be is inside, watching a program on some kind of streaming platform. I don't know the popular streaming platforms here in Taiwan, but I know Netflix is very common for lots of people.
Yeah, I'm sure there are other streaming platforms that focus only on either Taiwanese or Mandarin, but Netflix is also popular here in Taiwan. So we're going to be talking about something that is changing with Netflix. I don't subscribe to Netflix anymore. But when I did, this particular service or function of Netflix wasn't available. So this is a pretty new service offering, you could call it. We're going to talk about what is changing at Netflix and why. Before we start, though, we're going to read through the whole article.
The future of entertainment is here. It's streaming TV and movies, a technology once purely thought of as science fiction. With so much content out there, some people need help to get through it all. Netflix, for one, offers assistance by letting people watch shows and movies at an accelerated speed. If you want to fit an hour-long episode of a show into just half an hour, you can open the playback controls and adjust the video to 1.5 times or even 2 times speed. The faster you watch, the less time each piece of entertainment takes. This feature was already available on YouTube and with many audiobook or podcast apps. Shows and movies watched in this manner may require subtitles, but if you're a fast reader, it could be worthwhile. People can usually get through a TV episode or movie at up to 1.8 times speed without losing anything in terms of comprehension. Many entertainment industry professionals are indignant about people watching at faster speeds, however. They say that entertainment was meant to be watched at the correct speed. An actor's performance might look ridiculous when sped up, or the intentional pauses in a scene might be skipped. The ceaseless rush to consume a huge amount of content might not leave room to properly appreciate the exhausting work of the actors and directors. The rise of streaming entertainment is effectively a done deal. People like having access to a huge library of content to browse through, and for many, that means they appreciate help with getting through it quickly. For some people, faster and faster is their favorite way to enjoy TV. Nothing's stopping you from sticking to normal speed, of course, but now you have your choice of speeds.
Okay, folks, let's dive in. So we know what Netflix is. It's a streaming platform where you can watch TV shows and movies from different places around the world, actually. So Netflix adds new speed options for busy watchers. The future of entertainment is here. That's the first sentence. Entertainment, guys, is a non-count noun. Please do not put an S on it. You don't want to say, "Oh, I love the entertainments here." It's always a non-count entertainment. It's like information. You don't put an S on that either. Entertainment can be you providing something that's interesting, that people enjoy or amused by, or could be you receiving that sort of entertainment. So TV is a type of entertainment. A lot of people like to go shopping as their form of entertainment. A lot of people like to go sightseeing or maybe traveling for entertainment. Just depends on what you like yourself.
Now, in the recent past, the best form of entertainment was cable TV. You could stay home and watch lots and lots of programs, but you had to go channel surfing and find a program that you wanted. But now that has changed. We've got some changes in entertainment now. It's streaming TV and movies. That's the future of entertainment. It is a technology once purely thought of as science fiction. Yeah, maybe 20 or 30 years ago, I would not have imagined that you could actually stream shows live from the internet. Back in the day, of course, if you wanted to see a movie like The Wizard of Oz or something, you had to wait for CBS or NBC or somebody to air the movie on TV. You had to wait for them to show it to you, but nowadays you can just go online and find it, and you can be watching it in less than 10 seconds.
They kind of had a similar technology in hotels before we got it into our homes. If you were staying at a nice hotel, you could pick a specific movie and watch it, have it just shown to your particular room, and they would charge you for it. Now it comes right into our homes. I remember even several years ago having problems with streaming. It just wasn't coming into my apartment fast enough. My internet connection wasn't fast enough, but now there seems to be no problem at all with streaming, which is kind of nice. So yeah, it's kind of a cool technology that seemed kind of sci-fi in the past. But with so much content out there, some people need help to get through it all. I guess some people are just watching TV and movies at home. A lot of us are too busy for that. But Netflix is a streaming service or a platform that offers assistance or help by letting people watch shows and movies at an accelerated speed. Accelerated just means something that's faster. You can accelerate as a verb. Maybe you want to pass a car on the road, which is going very slow in front of you. So you'll step on the gas and accelerate around that car. So if it's an accelerated speed, it's a speed that has sped up, is faster than usual.
Yep, that's from the verb to accelerate, and the noun is acceleration. So a lot of people like to buy electric scooters, for example, like Gogoro, for example, because they have great acceleration. They speed up really quickly when the light turns green, or you could say they accelerate very quickly. So yes, people like to watch movies when they're sped up because they don't have the time to watch the whole thing. And if you want to fit an hour-long episode of a show into just half an hour, you can open the playback controls and adjust the video to 1.5 times or even 2 times speed. And you can do that nowadays, of course. In the past, if you did that, everyone would be talking like chipmunks.
Yeah, right.
But now they've got these algorithms where the voices do speed up, but they stay at the same pitch. So they speak faster, and it sounds a little weird, but you can still basically understand it.
Interesting, huh? So the faster you watch, the less time each piece of entertainment takes. Of course, you can watch twice as many shows or twice as many films if you speed things up. So this feature, it's a function or feature that's offered, was already available on YouTube and with many audiobook or podcast apps. I have Audible on my phone that I listen to books on, and I often will speed up the book because whoever is reading reads too slowly for me, or, I just would be more interested if it was faster. So you could also do that with a lot of language learning podcast apps. I know when I was teaching business English, I had some podcast apps that I would recommend where they could slow down the speed, which is great, or accelerate the speed. They had 2 different options.
You can probably do that with our program as well. If you think we're speaking too fast, maybe there's a way to slow it down a little bit. Or maybe speed it up if we're talking too slow for you. But you can pick, of course, the right speed. Yeah. If you're watching Netflix there, you've got the options to adjust the video to 1.5 times or even 2 times speed. The faster you watch, the less time each piece of entertainment takes. And yes, you've got lots and lots of friends who are watching all these different TV shows. And when you get together, you don't want to sound stupid because you haven't seen them all. So, yeah, you need to go home and then watch them really quickly so that you have something to talk about when you get together with your friends.
Yeah. You could also say it's 1.5 times faster or twice as fast or 2 times faster. You can also use those types of expressions. So you've got shows and movies that are watched in this way or manner, and they may require subtitles. Of course, here in Taiwan, we're all used to subtitles. I thought it was weird when I first started living in Taiwan. I'd think, why are they putting subtitles on, the language that they all speak here? That's weird. We were used to subtitles only if the film or TV show was in a foreign language. But here, of course, you guys are all used to subtitles, which is nice for those of us learning Chinese. But if you're a fast reader, it could be worthwhile to go ahead and put those subtitles on. That might help you. If it sounds a little weird if they're speaking that fast, you could actually turn down the sound and just read the subtitles.
I think a lot of us are guilty of double tasking when we're online, when we're surfing the internet. So we might be watching a movie and listening to music at the same time. So if we don't want to be distracted by the sound from the movie we're watching, we can just watch the subtitles and then still hear the song that we're listening to. So that's probably a use for subtitles as well. It could be worthwhile. It is beneficial to you if you use those subtitles. And people can usually get through a TV episode or movie at up to 1.8 times speed without losing anything in terms of comprehension. Comprehension, of course, is a noun that just refers to your ability to understand and learn things. Comprehension. Oftentimes, of course, in our company here, we have listening comprehension tests. So you listen to us, say a sentence, and then you pick the correct answer. That's all part of listening comprehension. How much do you understand when you hear something? Okay, that brings us to the midway point in today's lesson. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
大家好，我是派老师。我们今天所讲解的是 Unit 12 Netflix adds new speed options for busy watchers. 这是一篇文意选填的练习。大家是否使用过 Netflix 看过电影呢？现在平台推出快速播放的功能，本来1个小时的节目，在半个小时之内就可以收看完毕。现在大家对文章内容大概有了概念之后，我们一起来作答这10题吧。第一题，前文说到串流影音就是娱乐的未来。接着 ，A technology once purely 空格 as science fiction， 请特别注意 as。选项当中 see、thought of 和 as 搭配，就是被看作、被当作的意思，和题干结合。这句话的意思就是，串流影音这项科技过去一度纯粹被视为科幻小说，符合文意，所以第一题选 C。第二题，前文说到 ，With so much content out there, some people need help to get through it all。请特别注意 help。观众需要协助才能把那么多内容看完。为了前后文连贯，所以第二题选 H。Netflix offers assistance. Assistance 和 help 呼应 ，Netflix 提供了观众协助。第三题，如果要把1个小时的节目在半个小时内看完，可以开启播放控制。请注意 and 这个对等连接词，前后词性对等。前面是 open the playback controls， 后面选择动词 A adjust 调整 adjust the video， 把影片速度调整到 1.5 或甚至于2倍。第三题选 A。第四题前文说到播放速度可以调快 1.5 或甚至2倍。This 空格 was already available on YouTube。 YouTube 已经有这项什么呢？快速播放是一项功能，所以第四题我们选 I feature。 This feature was already available on YouTube。 YouTube 已经有这项功能。紧接着第五题 Shows and movies that are watched in this 空格 may require subtitles。 衔接前文，用这种方式收看的节目电影可能需要字幕，所以第五题选 B manner, watched in this manner. 中文意思就是用这种方式观看。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're talking about technology in today's lesson and the fact that Netflix has added some new speed options or speed choices for people who want to save some time, or maybe they don't have much time but want to get caught up on their latest show, or maybe there's I love reality shows like cooking competitions, like the Great British Bake Off is one of my favorites. And sometimes I fall behind or get behind watching that particular show. There's one episode a week. But if I fall behind, then I want to catch up so I can talk about my favorite show with friends. That might be a reason you would choose an accelerated speed to watch a TV show at, or maybe even a movie if you want to watch something at an accelerated speed. So we're talking about how you can also choose to use the subtitles. You don't have to turn the subtitles on if you're watching a movie or TV show on Netflix. Although if it's English, in English, they're speaking English, I would suggest maybe turning on the subtitles. Then you can practice your listening comprehension and your reading comprehension at the same time. Or maybe turn off the subtitles to see how much you can understand without seeing the words. That's always fun too.
I should mention that most TV shows and movies will have good subtitles, but if you watch videos on YouTube or something like that, those are by amateurs, so when you turn the subtitles on, they're using some kind of listening to text application there, and they don't always get it right, especially with proper names, so be careful there, and also be careful if they're trying to translate it into another language. Sometimes it's totally wrong, but yeah, that is an option if you're watching movies and TV shows. Now, many entertainment industry professionals are indignant about people watching at faster speeds, however. Indignant here just means kind of stubborn. They have a fixed opinion on this, and lots of professionals in the entertainment industry really think that it's bad for people to watch at faster speeds. They have very strong opinions about that. These, of course, are people who are in the industry. They're officials. They have salaries. They are professionals.
Indignant can also mean that you're annoyed or you're kind of mad about something. These people are a little bit angry that others choose to watch their work of art at a faster pace or a faster speed. Now, remember, this is their particular profession, so they're very proud of the work they do, whether they're a director or an executive that works for the company, or maybe they're an actor and they think, oh, you're not seeing how gifted, how talented I am if you speed things up. So they're kind of annoyed with people for choosing to watch at a faster speed. They say that entertainment was meant to be watched at the correct speed. Now, if I were an actor, I would say the same thing. Come on, watch it at the right speed. It's not supposed to be sped up, but you know, a lot of people, we don't have enough time, so we want life to move faster. An actor's performance might look silly or ridiculous if it's sped up. It probably does, actually. So if it's ridiculous, that's a word we use for something that's very silly, something that people would mock or make fun of. Ha ha ha. Look at how he's moving. He looks like a dork, or he looks like an idiot moving that fast. But that's what happens if you speed up the video.
Indeed. And you might also get intentional pauses in the scene, and they might be skipped. For example, if they're not talking to each other or somebody's putting food on the table or something. I'm not going to sit here and watch that. You could skip right over it. Those are intentional pauses. If something's intentional, people mean to do it. So I'm not quite sure exactly what they're referring to here, but indeed...
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, as an actor, sometimes you'll say this line and there's a dramatic pause. Maybe you say something and it really hurts someone so badly that they're starting to cry and they need to get control of their emotions before they respond. Well, if you miss that dramatic pause, you don't feel the emotions that the actors would like you to feel.
Right, so those are pauses that are intentional, and yeah, you might want to skip those, but of course you risk losing the kind of emotional feel. And the ceaseless rush to consume a huge amount of content might not leave room to properly appreciate the exhausting work of the actors and directors. So ceaseless here just means you don't stop doing it. And yes, indeed, your friend Jimmy just watched 30 episodes of the latest TV show and you've only watched one and you're way behind. So, I've got to hurry up and catch up. I don't want to look stupid. So you have this rush to watch a huge amount of content and you speed it up, but you might miss some subtle kinds of acting that you would normally catch by watching it at the normal speed.
Yeah, ceaseless here just means never stopping, never changing, ceaseless. Constant, unending, those are two words that are similar or synonyms, ceaseless. So yeah, people are trying to speed up in all parts of our lives these days, it seems like. Before Netflix offered this particular function, I will confess that there were a couple of Marvel movies that I wanted to see kind of what they were about, and I would just skip. I would skip parts because I thought they were kind of, well, sorry guys if you like them. I thought they were ridiculous, but I wanted to see what people were talking about. Sometimes Tom and I have to talk about, popular things out there. So I needed to see what people loved about these movies. So I would skip ahead.
And looking at the final paragraph here, it says, the rise of streaming entertainment is effectively a done deal. There's no going back. The deal has been made. It's with us now. We're going to have streaming entertainment from now on. People like having access to a huge library of content to browse through, and for many, that means they appreciate help with getting through it quickly. So you've got all this stuff that you need to watch, and you do want the option of speeding things up if it's going by too slowly. And I think, of course, that has been around on YouTube for quite some time. I do want to confess that I oftentimes speed through videos because they're not really getting to the point, And yeah. I don't want to miss the point, so I speed it up in order to get to the point. So indeed, that is a nice option if you want to watch Netflix movies.
Now, nothing's stopping you from sticking to normal speed, of course. You don't have to change. This is just an extra option or feature, another choice. If you stick to something, you don't change whatever you're doing. You can stick to an exercise routine, meaning you exercise the same way and time, but you can also stick with something, which means you don't quit. So you can stick to or stick with normal speed, or change it up. Maybe you want to try a faster speed. So we're going to stick to the time that we have to record this particular program. And what we need to do now, guys, is, of course, give some time over to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back.
第六题 Many entertainment industry professionals are 空格 about people watching at faster speeds, however. 前文说到影音串流平台推出的快速播放，让许多观众可以缩减观赏时间。而这一段一开头就说了，但是娱乐界的专业人士对于快速播放却有不同态度。第六题在 be 动词之后，需要一个形容词做主词补语，补充说明主词娱乐界专业人士的态度。所以我们选 D indignant 不悦的、生气的。第六题之后的句子进一步说明娱乐界人士反对快速播放的原因。他们说娱乐就应该用正确的速度观赏。紧接着第七题，演员的表演空格的时候看起来可能会很可笑。第七题我们选 F sped up 加速。那原本呢，我们把这个 sped up 加回去的话，这个句子应该是 An actor's performance might look ridiculous when it is sped up 那由于这个副词子句受到了省略 ，it is 不见了，所以呢，我们留下 when sped up。第8题 ，the ceaseless rush， 马不停蹄的赶着，怎么样？后面这个 to 是不定词，需要动词串联后面的受词 a huge amount of content， 大量的内容。我们选 E consume， 消耗掉。第8题选 E， 急忙着呢把大量的内容看完，可能会没办法好好的欣赏演员与导演用心完成的作品。第9题 People like having 空格大众喜欢有什么 have 后面需要有名词当受词，我们选 J access， access 是有权利可以使用的权利，大众喜欢使用大型资料库浏览影音，所以第9题我们选 J access。 最后第10题前一句说到，对有些人来说快速播放是他们最喜欢的观看方式。接着 Nothing stopping you from sticking to 空格 speed。 Speed 这个名词表示速度，前面需要有形容词修饰，我们依据上下文选 G original 原本的。这句话的中文意思是没有什么阻止你保持原本的观看速度。第10题我们选 G。 以上就是我们针对文意选填所做的中文讲解，谢谢大家。
Okay, that brings us to the end of our program. It's time for us to say goodbye now. Oh, I'm too fast. I better slow down a bit.
Yeah.
Of course, you might have the option with an audio program to speed things up or slow things down as you see fit. Of course, we are told to talk slow enough so that our dear listeners can understand us, although sometimes we do get kind of excited about the content we're discussing, and we speed up naturally without consideration of our dear listeners, but I think we kind of speak at a pretty normal pace. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I do. I have friends that just speak really quickly. What do? You have to get used to that speed. You know friends who speak Chinese and Taiwanese fast or faster than normal. We all speak at different speeds, but hopefully we're not going too fast for you. And if we are, go back, listen again, and see if you can understand exactly what we're saying. Right now, though, we are out of time, guys. We got to say goodbye. So we hope you'll join us next time for English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.